up, Reg Techie? So another interview today with Directly Apply. Got my buddy Dylan Buckley on the line, and he's going to tell us about their new 2024 summer release. So Dylan, good to see you again, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me on.
Tell the audience first what you guys do. Who is Directly Apply, and tell us more about the site.
Yeah, so we're a small tech company based in London in the United Kingdom, but we operate entirely across North America, being the US and Canada. And we're just a team of engineers and we build job matching tech, basically. And then we put it out live on directlyapply.com and see what job seekers think of it and try and help them find jobs along the way.
Nice. And what's the history of the site? When did you guys start in the market?
Yeah, so we launched it back in 2019. So we're coming up sort of 5, 6 years old now since it went live, and we've been through many different iterations in terms of product and look and feel of the site. And we do 2 big updates every year, and this is our second one for 2024. So yeah, it's super exciting.
Yeah. What have you learned about job matching along the way here? A lot of people have tried it and failed, but you guys seem to be doing something good there. But tell me about your philosophy on job matching and how it works.
Yeah, so I mean, when we look at the market, it hasn't really changed in 20 odd years. I mean, most job sites are working on the same sort of idea of sort of basic keyword matching on the job title, do a bit of a location search, and then sort of hope that something comes up. And, that's always a good starting point, but, people's careers are a lot more than just a job title. And it's very hard to understand what somebody's could be looking for, where their skill sets are, or what their their work experience is, just based on a job title. And keyword matching only gets you so far. If you want to be a dental hygienist, but then it starts showing up jobs that have dental plans as part of the benefits package, it sort of starts to get a bit lost. And we just don't think there's enough people purely focused on, we've got a job seeker, they're looking for a job. The only reason they come to a job site is to find a job. So if they leave without finding a job that they're potentially interested in reviewing or applying to, then as a job site, we've potentially failed. And, the industry's moved so much towards sort of, this arbitrage model of just getting clicks, trying to make, a few pennies here or there. They're less focused about quality and more focused about quantity. So, we don't do any of that. All we're purely focused on is how do we match job seekers with jobs. And we have done so much around this, looking at skills, and we've been building our own models around skills. We've been looking at types of companies people are working for. For example, you could be a software engineer working for a fintech company. Just because you're a software engineer with the skills, in certain programming language or so forth, you might not want to go and work for a medical company, for example. You might want to stay within fintech. So understanding the context in which people work and what they want to do next makes really good job matching. And we've been able to prove out some of these ideas, and our conversion rates are around 10 times higher than the industry average. And so now we're just working on how do we scale that up and get in front of more and more job seekers.
Yeah. I give you your homepage you're looking at here if you want to scroll through as well. It's very visual. Talk about that aspect, because that's kind of a different take from the typical job search page, which is a bunch of links and job titles that appear on a page and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So, we kind of want to look different. We want to feel different. Job sites haven't really changed in 20 odd years. They all kind of, whether it's Indeed or ZipRecruiter or Monster or CareerBuilder or whatever you go to, they all kind of follow the same idea, where you've got a search bar, you click search, you get a list of results, and then you click through to the job. And what we wanted to create was a bit more of an immersive experience. What I guess our both myself and Will, my co-founder, we come from a recruitment background. We both met in a recruitment firm, and we believe that that the experience that a good recruiter can provide to a job seeker is invaluable. And why is it that not everyone can have that sort of experience? And so we believe that with tech and with a platform like ours, we're able to provide that sort of recruiter-like experience to job seekers. So as an example for job seekers, when they're signed into our platform, this For You or our homepage adapts based on their job search. So it understands what jobs they've recently looked at, what jobs they've applied at, what they've been searching for, what they could potentially be interested in, what they're not interested in. And it provides a really sort of Netflix style sort of experience. And job seekers love it, right? Like, we've seen since rolling this out, our first version of this back in February, and now we've been testing for the last week this version, we're seeing around 9 times higher engagement in jobs and individual job posts from job seekers that go through this experience versus just the traditional search bar experience.
Does that increase your time on site and just pages per user, things like that?
Yeah, hugely. One of the other big things we learned about job search is that people, regardless of the type of job you're doing, whether you're an hourly worker or a salaried lawyer earning big dollars, is that you don't want to be told this is the job you have to apply to, click here. Now you want to go on what we call like a job search discovery, and that involves looking at all your different options, understanding your different options, understanding this one's going to pay me this but gives me these benefits, before you then make a decision about, hey, I want to apply to this one. And when you give people the ability to do that, then your engagement goes massively up. They're more likely to apply for the jobs that they click on because they're invested in doing that application. The employers love it because they get qualified applicants that actually want to work for them, having reviewed all the options in the market. It's just a far better way of doing job search.
Yeah, very interesting. All right, take us through the new features there, Dylan.
Yeah, for sure. So this is our new For You page. This happens once you're logged in and you start doing your search. So this is one I just set up before. We still have traditional search, so I can do just a normal search. And I think it's worth noting for the future part of this demo that we've got 81 potential job matches here for this customer service.
I like the card layout. First of all, the visual thing. That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, and it works great on mobile as well because it sort of stacks down. And we give a bit of insight on these cards as well. So if you've viewed them before, if you've applied before. And then in this case here, you've got, we're able to group together the same job at that company. So instead of, like in other sites where you've got multiple cards with the same job, here we're just able to group them together. And when you click on these jobs, you can see the additional locations that are hiring. And so in this case, New York City, or if you wanted the Jersey City variant, you can click on that and go apply to that
nice
one
touch.
as well.
I like that.
And that just tidies up search results. People are sick of getting job alerts and that type of thing where it's just, 15 Uber jobs in a row. It's just not a great experience. You only need to see it once and then you can go through. So traditional search stays the same. We have this new feature, which is really cool, which is our resume matching search. So to give you a demo of this, we can upload a resume. Here's a customer service one I had earlier. And what's really cool about this is we basically rip apart the resume and we look at all different parts of it. We look at your experience, we look at your education, we look at your skills. We look far beyond what just the job title is. And we're able to match you with jobs that are really, really good when it takes a few seconds to load. And so what's super interesting about this is that, we went from, on the traditional search we just did before, we had 81 customer service job results in New York. That search in itself is far more advanced than just keyword matching. We are doing skill matching and a number of other steps there to produce those 81 really good search results. Here, though, we've got, over 1,400 different results for this job seeker based on their resume. And so, people have multiple jobs. They might, just because they are a cashier today, might not mean that they were 6 months ago, and that might not mean what they want to do in the future, or it doesn't take into account, any education they might have or extra training and that type of thing. And so this search really does do that. And so it's super cool. The other one, my resume is a bit funny. I'm a co-founder of a, technology startup. So You know, my profile literally just says co-founder. I don't even think I
Hmm.
have a job title per se,
Yeah.
but I can do my resume,
Yeah. I'm
which is
curious.
my LinkedIn profile in this case.
There are these niche positions people have, like I'm a managing director like this. It's not a
Yeah,
popular
exactly.
job title. You're a co-founder, right? They don't, there's no
Yeah.
jobs out there. I mean, it might be, but I'm curious to see what pops up here. Maybe
Uh,
some
and so, you know, I'm an engineer
franchise
by
stuff.
background.
Yeah.
And so it
Founding
is
engineer.
suggested that, you know, I be a founding engineer at a company,
There you
or a head of product, or I think I might have been endorsed a few times for social media or something on LinkedIn. So, you know, that pops in there as well. You know, VP of growth, head of product. I mean, these are all good job matches that if I was looking for a job,
go.
you know, I wouldn't necessarily know to, you know, type in a search for vice president of growth, but it's really cool that I'm able to, you know, explore these jobs in here.
You mentioned the word discovery, Dylan, and to me, that's helpful for the seeker because they may not know what they want. A lot of people don't know when they go to Indeed or whatever some of these other sites, they're not sure what they want to do.
Yeah,
So a tool like that resume matching thing, I think, is a very helpful way to go about it.
yeah, it's super interesting. I mean, you know, lots of job sites are trying to do things where like they suggest pathways and, you know, you've searched for this, maybe you'll like this. And, you know, it doesn't feel very sort of natural. It doesn't feel like a very easy way to go about search. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, job titles don't match up with what you think they do. You know, I didn't even know until, you know, I uploaded my resume earlier that founding engineer was really even a job title. And it's not something that I go and search for. You know, I'd be searching for just general engineering jobs or product jobs or that type of thing. So the fact that they're, you know, I'm able to discover that there is actually a job title, which is probably quite appropriate for myself.
Mhm.
Um, I think is super cool. You know, we've started testing this week, and you know, we're getting on our very small test bed, we're getting one of these resume searches every 3 minutes at the moment. So I think when we roll it out completely this week, we're going to see, you know, the majority of job searches are going to be done via resumes instead of you know just traditional search.
Right.
Um,
Interesting.
Super cool.
Okay. Any other new features you want to mention?
No, I mean, we've just sort of refined everything. We've made everything look a bit better. We've made everything run a bit faster. You know, the For You page is a big part of this. We've pulled in salary
You just scroll
information.
through that whole thing if you could, so we get a full look at it. So you don't, are there no job alerts on the platform?
Yeah, so we do email job alerts as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
based on it's basically what we've done with this release is we've updated job alerts to kind of reflect this For You page. So you know, it'll be based on, you know, your resume being uploaded, you know, jobs that match your resume that you might not have seen from before. You know, you applied to this job. So, you know, so I just refreshed and it's just updated based on, you know, me updating that. So yeah, job alerts are a big part of bringing people back to the platform. But it's mainly to notify them of, hey, we've found things that based on this job that you applied to, or, you know, based on your skills, have you thought about this job? Or, you know, did you know that the salary range for, you know, people like yourself is this? And, you know, here are some jobs that match that. One of the other cool features with the resume upload thing is, you know, we've been doing Easy Apply for years, having people apply to jobs. And uploading a resume is incredibly difficult, particularly on mobile devices, you know, trying to do all that sort of stuff. So we actually developed our upload tab to be able to accept images. You can just take your phone and take a picture of your resume.
Oh,
We
really?
even tested it. Yeah, it's really cool. We even tested it. You know, I just wrote my resume on a napkin and then took a photo of it, and it was able to do the search as well. So, you know, this is all open, so all of your viewers can go and play with it and try and upload weird and wacky resumes. It works with everything, and
A napkin resume. I like it.
yeah, exactly. We
Try
might popularize it, but
it.
yeah, lots of cool stuff here. And, you know, I'd love your viewers to go and give it a try and let us know any feedback they might have. You know, we think this is quite a big step forward in terms of search and matching. And, you know, we're excited to see the full rollout later this week.
Well, directlyApply.com is the URL for the viewers out there. So, Dylan, appreciate the tour today. Great job with the new upgrades, and I look forward to what you guys come out with in the future as well.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much, Chris, for having me.
All right, that'll do for today's podcast. Thanks for watching, everybody.